Good evening and welcome to the Whitewater Wind Down. I'm Edie Frenay alongside Peyton Walls. How are we feeling?
Feeling good. We have a lot of things to talk about, especially with the new dining contract update. So, we got a lot of things that are changing here. The biggest thing is Esker and Drumlin are getting like a little bit of an update, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like, how do you update those? But we'll just see what happens.
Maybe they're gonna paint it or put up some new art or something. I'm not totally sure.
And then, good news, Herbert's and Gerbert's will remain in Prairie Street Market, so that's good. But then also they're getting like a new breakfast place, which is gonna serve like all day breakfast stuff.
Ooh, that's good. I feel like a lot of people I know like the chicken tenders that they currently have at La Padera, but a breakfast place all day would be something that we do not have currently, so I think I would enjoy that.
Yeah, I love going to Ike Schaefer Commons, especially for breakfast, but I wish it was always open later because it's like sometimes hard to go. So the fact that like there's going to be an all-day breakfast thing too, and then Ike Schaefer's is staying the same, which is good.
That's good.
Something's got to be consistent, and then as well as Detroit Cafe still being Starbucks, so that's also good too.
Yeah.
And then Center of the Arts is going to be the same, but it's going to be a new name.
Ooh.
Artesian.
Oh, I like that.
Like kind
that's
of
cute.
fun.
Yeah,
Isn't that
that's
fun?
fun.
And then a big change. So how often do you usually go to the library cafe? Food for thought.
Like twice a week.
Like twice a week.
I live in that library. I love it because I'm gonna try to keep it on the down low, but Food for Thought is never busy, really. Versus at Willie's where people have like the same type of food that you get for a meal swipe. And the line is out the door. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go to Food for Thought and chill. And there's like 3 people in there, but.
Do you know what's changing in Food for Thought?
I believe I do. I think they're getting like hot and cold vending machines so that it will be more like that instead of a customer interaction.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that yet. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I'm excited about is Willie's is turning into a Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm so excited.
Which is so exciting. Because we don't have a Dunkin' Donuts like anywhere. Like you gotta go all the way to Janesville if you want to get a donut. And like Dunkin' Donuts is so good. So that'll be really exciting too.
I'm gonna miss my medium caramel cold brew, no ice, from Einstein's, but I'm excited to get a delicious matcha latte at Dunkin' Donuts.
Einstein's is turning into a smart market, which I'm not exactly sure what a smart market is, but I guess that's another thing we're just gonna have to see.
Yeah.
And then as well as the Down Under having a new name, which how do you change the name of Down Under?
I don't know. I feel like it's so iconic and we're just freshmen, so I guess it'll be okay to change. But imagine you're like a junior going to your senior, you're like, what do you mean it's not called the Down Under?
Yeah,
and what would they even
people
change
will
it to?
still call it the Down Under, even if it's going to change.
It'll be like a Twitter versus X situation. It'll be like, yeah, technically it's this, but it's still the Down Under in our hearts.
For real, yeah. But I'm just excited about mobile ordering so that you don't have those lines. And there's supposed to be mobile ordering with like a bunch of this stuff.
Right,
so
for sure.
We'll see with that. But I'm also really excited about the whole like meal swipe, like dining dollar situation because I don't know. Do you know how that works yet? Because I'm not exactly too sure.
So I believe that the meal swipes are going to be up to $7.50. For example, like with pizzas and things. So you can have your meal swipe with the pizza, but let's say you want to get an additional thing on it, then that can just be dining dollars. So instead of having to pay for the whole thing in dining dollars or credit, you can use a meal swipe and then add on to that as well.
Oh, okay. So like let's say your pizza costs like $9. You can use $7.50 of that as a meal swipe, and then you only have to pay for like that little bit extra.
Right.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using that with like getting the ranch for my pickle chips and everything like that, because I'm like 80 cents for a thing of ranch is a little bit much.
Yeah.
All of this information was provided to us by Angela Meladonian, the executive director at the UC. She states within the reconstruction of dining, their goal was to bring a dining program that allows students more access to food, utilizing technology, innovation, and easier to navigate meal plans.
After this break, we'll talk more about unique campus events. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more on the Whitewater Wind Down.
What does it mean to be a Warhawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad.
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a Warhawk, I stay balanced,
Take great care of myself.
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
That's the Warhawk way.
The UW Whitewater Bookstore is your one-stop shop for apparel, textbooks, and technology. Stop in for a wide selection of gifts from our alumni, family, and name brand sections. Need to purchase or rent a textbook? Head downstairs to Textbook Services. Check out our new custom shop and create personalized apparel for your organization. Need a charger, laptop, or headphones? Our new technology section has everything you might need. For more information and bookstore hours, visit uwwhitewaterbookstore.com.
The University Center, or UC, is at the heart of campus, both figuratively and literally. Located in the center of campus, the UC is a place where all students are encouraged to thrive, relax, and have fun. Whether you're getting food at one of the many dining locations, or playing some billiards, striking out in bowling, or just hanging out in the main lounge area. Everyone brings something to the UC, and it has something for everyone.
Last week, some of my friends and I had the opportunity to attend the Highland Hall Hide and Seek 2.0. Here's how it went.
On Wednesday, April 25th, 200 UW Whitewater students split up into 3 teams for a game of hide and seek in Highland Hall. One of these students included me, Edie Frenay.
All right, what brings you to Highland? Oh, that's great.
Well, I had originally signed up with all of my buddies here, but then I was like, oh, I could turn this into a segment, and I think it'll be really fun. Me and my friends came like a couple weeks ago. We've been scoping out the place, seeing where good hide and seek spots are, and just that it'll be a lot of fun. I think that I could be good at it. Not to brag, me and my friends were at Easter at home, so we got that competitive spirit.
I love that. Amazing. Do you have a strategy for winning this other than sneaking in and checking out, which is genius, by the way?
Thank you. Not really. I think we'll just play it as it goes, you know?
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
With Mr. Isaac Sawyer. And please tell us your role today at Highland Hall Hide and Seek 2.0.
Well, this is my program. I planned it all with the help of some of the pro staff here on campus. Yeah.
How did you wake up and go, you know what? I think we should go and hide 200 people in the middle of a UW Whitewater building?
Well, the way I come up with most of my big program ideas is just things we did as kids, but on a larger or adult-ish scale. And hide and seek was one of those things.
As the game went on, an ultimate tiebreaker occurred, and the team that found Isaac himself would take home an extra 20 points. Team Purple ended up winning in honor of our very own Warhawks. This event was unforgettable, and I will definitely be attending Hide and Seek 3.0 next year. This has been Edie Frenay for UWW TV.
Thanks for that package, Edie. So what was that like?
Oh my gosh. So I didn't know what to expect when I came in because it was like hide and seek, sign up, and they really didn't let us know anything, which was fine, but it was intense. Like I didn't realize that there would be almost 200 people there, and everyone was like not sprinting because that was against the rules, but like, fast walking through. And I did end up falling one time, but everyone was very passionate about it, which is great to see. It's kind of reminded me of the stuffed animals that they gave away at the zoo. Like, it doesn't matter how old we are, we still love that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, that's super fun. I feel like with some of those events, like you never know how many people are actually going to be there. And it looked from the package that there was a lot of people, and people took it pretty serious. Was there like any prizes for the winners, or like how did that go?
There were not any prizes, unfortunately, but it was still a lot of fun. I got to keep the glow stick, so I have that in my room. But a lot of my friends and I said that it was like the closest we'll ever get to being in a Mr. Beast challenge.
Oh my God, that's so fun. Well, we'll be right back with more on the Whitewater Wind Down after this. But first, let's take a look at the weekend weather forecast.
The Royal Purple, the best place for all the latest news around the community and campus of UW Whitewater. Here you'll find all different types of weekly news stories, including sports, arts and rec, biz and tech, and even fun and interesting things like trendsetter columns and the tweet of the week. The Royal Purple has a full staff to handle all of your advertising and article needs. Ad managers and sales representatives can help you get your ad in seasonal print issues online at royalpurplenews.com and out on our social media platforms. Editors and journalists would love to write features about your organization and follow-ups about your important events. For more information on student employment opportunities, advertisement services, or anything news, contact the Royal Purple over at @uww.edu or give us a call at 262-472-5100. Stop by our office and say hi on campus in McCutcheon Hall, room 113. For all of your local campus community news, check out the Royal Purple here at University of Wisconsin-Whitewater.
Here at UWW, we put a lot of emphasis on shaping your involvement. Involvement helps you get to know more people with similar values and goals as yourself. The Student Involvement Office can help you get involved with organizations on campus, or we can help you start a brand new one. So what are you waiting for? It's time to shape your involvement at UWW. If you'd like to learn more, stop by UC 127 or contact us at involvement@uww.edu or call 262-472-6217.
I'm Brandon Bazinski, and this is The World Today on UWW-TV. 70,000 citizens in northern Brazil have lost their homes to a deadly natural disaster. A vast chasm, 80 meters deep, has nearly taken out an entire town. Rain and wastewater are to blame for a phenomenon known as gully erosion. As it advances, thousands of people are losing their homes. A local police officer nearly died when he drove straight into a gaping hole on a dark night and without any warning signs or marked barriers. He woke up at the bottom of the ravine 3 hours later after being knocked unconscious. With the TikTok ban bill reaching the White House, President Biden has signed it as promised. However, this doesn't mean that TikTok will be immediately wiped from phones. The bill gives TikTok Chinese partner ByteDance 270 days to sell TikTok to an American company. However, if this does not happen in time, the app will be prohibited from US app stores and internet servers that host it. And we'll have more of The World Today after a quick break. 2016, an asteroid orbiting our solar system between Mars and Jupiter is full of rare and precious metals. These metals make the asteroid worth over $10,000 quintillion, meaning this asteroid would make every single person on Earth a billionaire. Astronauts and space experts have known about this since 1852. Now in the year of 2024, we still lack the power and technology to capture it. However, starting in October and continuing on for the next 6 years, NASA will be sending out a spacecraft to explore this mass. For more updates, check us out at uwwtv.org. I'm Brandon Bazinski, and this has been The World Today on UWW-TV.
We'd love to show you what it's like to be a Warhawk.
Come on!
Don't miss out on your chance to be a Warhawk
at UW Whitewater.
You belong here!
Bonsoir à tous.
Hola.
Hej, hur är läget?
Marhaba.
Ni hao.
Konnichiwa.
UW Whitewater International Student Association is a student organization brings both international students and national students together to share their cultural experience and beliefs. The ISA also collaborates with other student organizations in UW Whitewater. The International Dinner is one of the most unique events that ISA have for every spring semester, which serves all kinds of food from different countries, and it invites students to show their talent on the dinner. So what are you waiting for? Come join the ISA today.
We are
ISA.
Finals week is right around the corner, and we are showcasing a section of College 101's Finals Week episode to learn more about the resources the campus provides for students.
I'm here with Jasmine Pickett in the relaxation room. Could you tell me a little bit about the services that UHCS has for students?
Yeah, so we have here on the second floor, we have our counselors here. So if a student needs to see them one-on-one or want to come in for, we have group counseling sessions. Those are available to students for free. It's covered by SEG fees. Students would just call and make an appointment to visit us.
Are there other ways besides calling in to make an appointment
So for counseling, unfortunately, they can only call. For health services, you can do it online or call.
And then, are there any special things occurring during finals week where students can release their stress?
Yeah, so we actually have this relaxation room that students can book. That can be booked either through our portal online, or they can call, make an appointment. It's 30 minutes or an hour. It's really up to the student. But yeah, they can sit in this comfy massage chair that we have in this room. Great resource.
Well, thank you for answering our questions.
No problem.
I'm in the Anderson Library with Melissa Lopez. Could you tell me a little bit about pet therapy?
Sure. So Pet Therapy is a program where volunteers with the Alliance of Therapy Dogs, so that's the organization that we use, they're somewhere out of Milwaukee. Volunteers will come with their certified therapy dogs and basically hang out in the library with us, alternating Mondays and Tuesdays from 12 to 2 p.m. So students just get to come in and hang out with dogs and hopefully de-stress a little bit.
Could you tell me how pet therapy began?
Sure, so Pet Therapy began, I believe the year was 2012, and it was started by the person who worked in the position that's similar to mine that has to do with like outreach and event planning stuff. And so she created this, and she reached out and got a good group of volunteers to come originally, and we actually are lucky enough to still have some of those same volunteers here with us. You may have talked to him, so Jim and Pat, and there could be maybe one or two others, but since it started in 2012, we've had volunteers and therapy dogs kind of cycle in and out through the years, so we've seen a lot of different faces and met a lot of different dogs.
Could you tell me a few of the benefits students can receive?
Sure, some of the benefits students receive, so a lot of students have pets at home that they may not be able to see on a regular basis. So if you come into the library for pet therapy, it's kind of that like dog fix that, you know, you miss your pet at home, but you can kind of like snuggle up and pet some very sweet and adorable dogs. So that's always nice, and it's kind of pitched too as like a de-stressor because as we know, animals in general, dogs, especially a trained therapy dog, they're certified to be therapy dogs. It can really just like, you know, bring your mood back, and if you're stressed from studying or whatever it is, kind of like, you know, bring you back to that present moment, and who doesn't want to spend time with dogs?
Peyton, how are you feeling about finals?
Okay, so here's the thing. I love projects, like any sort of like speaking, slideshow situation, I love those. Tests, like I'm a horrible test taker, so I'm actually a little bit nervous, but a few of my classes I have like, because most of them are like journalism classes,
Right.
so I have like studio shows in 2 of them and like different little projects, but then every single one of my classes has like a test. And some of them are online, but some of them are like Scantron tests, and like you have to take them in person, and like, so I'm a little stressed about that. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I'm kind of in the same situation. However, I'm a little bit nervous about my math final because it takes all of the professors who teach the same math class and they all come together to work on a final. So it'll be like problems that aren't necessarily set up the same way as we're used to, things like that. But I think it should end up being okay.
Yeah, some of those gen ed classes, those finals can be pretty stressful.
Yeah, even the level 100 ones are kind of kicking my butt.
Yeah, a little scary. We'll get through it though.
Coming up next on the Whitewater Wind Down, we'll take a look at this week in Wisconsin history to learn about Ada Deer. Stay tuned.
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you gotta see what's on UWW-TV.
Welcome to This Week in Wisconsin History. This week, we'll be covering Ada Deer, the local Menominee activist who became the first woman to head the U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs. On May 11, 1993, President Bill Clinton nominated Ada Deer, a well-respected UW educator and advocate for Indigenous nations' rights, to serve in the U.S. Department of the Interior as Assistant Secretary for Indian Affairs. Upon confirmation, Deer would officially be the first Native American woman in history to ever hold the position, overseeing both the nation's Bureau for Indian Affairs and Indian Education. This feat, however, wouldn't be the first time Ada Deer made significant state and national history. Born in 1935 in Keshena, Wisconsin, Ada Deer grew up on reservation as a member of the Menominee Indian tribe. She was the first Menominee to achieve an undergraduate degree from UW-Madison and would later become the first Native American to earn a master's degree in social work from Columbia University. Federal policy forcing Native American assimilation into mainstream society by means of tribe termination was enacted in 1945, resulting in the Menominee Termination Act of 1954. This legislation stripped the Menominee Nation of their federal recognition and ended support for education and healthcare, while also abolishing their tribal government. In 1970, Deere left UW Law School to help organize and lead the movement to reverse the Termination Act and restore federally recognized tribal sovereignty to the Menominee tribe. The campaign was ultimately successful, and the Menominee Restoration Act was signed into law by President Richard Nixon on December 22, 1973. Deere then became the first woman to chair the Wisconsin Menominee tribe, and did so until 1976, while also serving as the head of the Menominee Restoration Committee. Ada's activism didn't stop there, however. She ran for Secretary of State twice, in 1978 and 1982, and was the first Native American woman in Wisconsin to run for Congress in 1992. Despite those losses, Deere's nomination and subsequent confirmation to Assistant Secretary of Indian Affairs would only transpire 1 year later. Ada Deere set important policy for over 550 federally recognized tribes and extended that recognition to 12 more during her 4 years in office. As the head of the BIA, she also helped organize the Bureau to give more power to individual tribes and increase self-governance within them. Deere eventually returned to teaching at UW-Madison, created the first program to provide social work training on reservations, and later became director of the American Indian Studies program before her retirement. The nation's current Assistant Secretary of Indian Affairs, Tara McLean Sweeney, a native Alaskan, is the only other woman in history to hold the position after Ada. And that's what happened this week in Wisconsin history.
But it looks like that is all the time that we are going to have today on this edition of the Whitewater Wind Down. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you for our next episode for more news and entertainment. For Peyton and myself, have a fantastic week, and don't forget to stay tuned to UWW TV.